Hello, welcome, all our beloved fans, our beloved friends, and thank you for all of you who are subscribing to this channel. And we're so glad, we really happy that you have chosen to follow us, to listen to what we're saying and to those advices, to those conversations that we sometimes we have with some of our guests. Tonight we'll be talking about pick your side. What is it? And why do we choose that title in the business and technology realm? And we're talking about uh, pick your side. And you're probably wondering, what are we going to talk about? Let me just see if I have any friends here coming. Hello, hello, Mountain of Inspiration. Hello, thumbs up, done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for connecting and liking the video already. And of course, it'll be much appreciated if you also can share it to your different platforms to let people know that we are here. And I see that Afromex family. Hello, 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 my sister. We're glad to be here. Happy to see you here as well. Hello, Dalia MTV. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I see the house is just getting bigger. So, as we said tonight, we're talking about business and technology, but the theme that we have tonight, we have prepared tonight is pick your side. All right. And we have a couple of things that we'll go through in our presentation. But there is one thing that I'll probably keep to the end, and that will be my personal advice when it comes to picking up your side. All right. Without any further ado, let me go to my presentation, because one of the things that we learned from last year, it was some people asked for some visuals whenever we talking, whenever we sharing information, knowledge with you, to share some visual, to have something in writing. For those of you who have been following us since when we started, you know that on business and technology we always have visual, but on the other two programs, the other two shows, we did not have visual, and we're trying to incorporate that as well in everything we're doing. So, without any further ado, my name is Boya Joel, and I'm somebody who enjoy and loves so much the technology, and I love the business side of it. As a matter of fact, my day job is really business oriented, helping other organizations build their own businesses. And tonight, as we said in the beginning, we're going to talk about pick your side. Who's supposed to pick the side? Which side are you? Why is it so important to pick a side? All right. So let me share my screen, share my agenda with you. Yeah, I think I need to have like a stream deck, something like a stream deck. Whenever I'm doing my presentation, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so pick your side. As you can see in this picture, that we have the lady with one side, on one side with crossed arms, and on the other side with open arms. If that's an indication, I hope it will help you see where we're going tonight. So when it comes to side, and when it comes to what we can talk about tonight, and I put us a little agenda just to help us navigate this and making sure that we're going to talk about the right thing and keeping you also engaged, understanding what we're talking about. So we need to look at a couple of things, because you cannot just wake up and decide, okay, I'm going to do this, so I'm going to go on that side. It's usually after that you have looked at all the venues, everything around you. You looked at them, and that's when you make a decision. And it's the same thing for the businesses. They need to look at what the technology is bringing, especially all these organizations that need to have some technology to help them produce. I'm thinking about a shoemaker. I'm thinking about a salespeople. I'm thinking about the people involved in even cooking, restaurant. They need to have the proper technology to deliver the end product to the people. So before the launching, they usually, or before they start the year, and I hope if you haven't done it yet, you know where you'll be in 2022. You probably, because it's already January, the end of January almost, you probably have an idea where you'll be going in 2022. But in case you still haven't figured that out yet, maybe this video will help you. Maybe, I hope at the end of this video, you'll get a better idea. You get a clear picture of where you should be or which side you should be on. And for this, we're going to look at a couple of things. We'll look at the technology trend. What's going on in the technology area? What are the market trends? How consumers are getting the at doing the things they do. You know, how are they consuming? How are they getting access to the product, the services that you offer? Those things, maybe and hopefully they can help you see where you should be. And we'll talk about the two sides. And you know, there's one with cross arms and the other one with open, you know, kind of relaxed. And of course, at the you know, the 4 point will be maybe the time for you to decide. And the last one, it's a surprise for you. We'll be talking about it. So stick to the end so you can uncover all the 5 different steps. All right. But before I start, I would like to share this thought with you. You all know Jack Ma, and I really love what he said here. He said it so clear. Most of the time, people are just afraid. They're afraid. They're afraid because they don't know. They're not thinking about what can they do next. And some businesses, they're still in the status quo until today just because they don't know. They're not thinking. They're not thinking out of the box. They're not thinking like the market is asking them to think. They're not thinking as the technology is requiring them to think. As a matter of fact, I still have some customers when I do my consulting on the technology side. They'll tell you up front. They say they're fine with what they have. But I need to tell them, and the way I usually turn that around, I say, what are you trying to achieve? All right. And once I have the idea, once I have the understanding of what they're trying to do, and that's usually where I now start showing them the benefit of each solution, the solution they are in right now, and the solution that I know it's being used widely by the new generation, the people in the know. And that's how it's built. But unless you meet somebody like myself who can tell you, you know, what you're doing is good, but you probably need to improve this based on this, people, they will stick to what they know best. And it's just human nature. Unfortunately, you know, that's a sad reality. It's human nature. We tend to stick to what we know best. We tend to stick to what makes us comfortable, and not knowing that tomorrow it's another day. But if we shift that mentality, it may help us. All right. And that's what Jack Ma is saying here. And they say people are afraid of the future because of the lack of confidence and lack of imagination. It's not me, but Jack Ma. And you all know who Jack Ma is. All right. So I see the conversation is going on here. Okay. Yeah. All right. So one of the things that we probably need to look at is the technology trend. Technology trends, and now I don't even know where to start. There's so many. We can go the top 15, we can do the top 3, the top 5. But it's all about this new way that people are consuming services and product. Just imagine how many of you, if you can answer me, how many of you can say that they did not order anything from Amazon in the last 12 months? Just think about it. Think about it. In the last 12 months, you probably have ordered at least one item from Amazon, at least one. And let alone, you probably have ordered things from, you probably get so used to the comfort of using certain things, the comfort of having certain technology at your fingertips. You're so used to have your internet because you spend so much time in at home, and you sometimes when you step out, you wish that you have something. You have your fridge connected to the net. You have your phone that you can see inside and look at what's inside your fridge, so that you don't overbuy and you buy only the thing that you need, or the things that you know that you're running out of. So those technologies, those services, that way of life, those technologies are just getting better, if I may say better, but they're just gaining more and more popularity among the people. And I remember during one of the show, we said it's those people behind the technologies, they thinking, let's build it so that people get so used to it that when they don't have it, they will complain. How many people today can live without internet? Just think about it. Just think about it. And while you're at it, you start thinking about all the different applications, all the different things that you can do with internet. You start thinking, what if I could just remotely start my car using my internet? What if I can do this? What if I can do that? Those are the technology trends. And just imagine how the consumption of energy has taken a toll on all of us, because why? We're spending more time at home. So meaning what? Meaning more devices are connected, we're running lights, and the days are where there's no sun outside, or depending on where you're located, you may need more light, you may need more AC. We're using more energy than before. We used to in the past. Why? Because in the past, what we used to do, wake up in the morning, get ready, and then you out. You, dad, mom, the children, everybody out. Kids go to school, parents go to work or business, whatever. And then that at home, the energy consumption went down because nobody was home. But now we're living in a time where energy is more than needed. I remember one Saturday we were out of power for 4 hours, 6 hours, but it was so weird. It was so weird, like, to be out of power for such a long time. It was a major problem, major issue here with our utility services. And thank God it was repaired, it was fixed around 8:30. But it was weird to be in the dark and for that long. But that's how technology is doing it. So we getting used to those things. We accommodating ourselves. We even thinking, oh, I'm so tired. I wish I can have just a machine, something that can go and plow the snow outside because, my back is hurting, or because I have a cold, and, the weather outside is like minus 25 degrees Celsius. I don't know how much is it in Fahrenheit. So all these things are making it so that it's not easy for people to continue using or living their lives the way they used to. So technology, even in the manufacturing industry, things are being automated. Robotics are coming in. There are so many trends, there are so many challenges that are being lifted because of the technology. The trend is we're getting more and more close to more automation. We're getting close to anything that will make our lives easier. That's where it's going. And those who are in the field of making that happen, they are doing everything they can. They are doing everything they can to push the boundaries of what they can discover, what they can do. And I use a perfect example. This tool that I'm using right now to do this live streaming, it's Melon app. I started using it less than a year, but the amount of changes, the amount of upgrades that they have done in the last 11 months that I've been using it, you will not believe it. You will not believe it. And you look around, you look at the other software that I use as well, StreamYard, you look at Ecamm Live. All these softwares are making improvement and making it more, how do you call it, future proof, or they're making it, they're adding more features that people asking for, and they're working on it, around the clock, just making sure that they deliver on those upgrades because customers are asking for it. So the technology trend is there, and it's not winding down. It's just getting, bigger, and it's just getting, I say it, the data is increasing, big data is increasing, blockchains and its applications, it's just increasing. Now I know even Mountain of Inspiration is now on the NFTs. So all these things are made possible today because of some of these technologies. A couple of years ago, painters, they know that they need to be in a gallery, in a physical gallery, so that they can sell their paintings. Now, those artists, they can create something and put it on one of those NFT websites, and it's there, and they can make money. Just think about it. What technology is bringing to the table? It's making it so easy for people. All right? So I see. Okay, let me look at a comment here. Okay, that's very true. People are very comfortable with being contented with the status quo. Okay, most people have fear of change. Yes, yes. So I see most people have fear of change. And okay, we order even groceries from Amazon. Sometimes. Yeah, I mean, that's possible, and that's possible. And when you look at it, it's coming. Vitamins. Okay. Yes. Wow. Yes. So all these things is because of what technology has allowed, has made it possible for those service providers to bring to you. It's because of technology. Just imagine technology, how they organize it. They're using drones in some places just to make sure that products are delivered on time, especially critical product. Those are the things that we need to consider. And the way we consume technologies, like this guy say, Gary Vaynerchuk, it says, what people don't realize, it's pretty soon we'll be saying this. Alexa, send me pizza. Send me a pizza. Why? Because the way we get so used to technology, we look at time and say, I don't have time to start the car and do that. Alexa, can you call the closest pizzeria and have them deliver my pizza? That's how people are consuming technologies. How people are using technologies. How people are getting access to their products, their services. Just imagine, all it takes is for some people just at the command of the voice. At the command of the voice, Alexa can get it for them. At the command of the voice, Siri can show them some things. At the command of the voice. Look at how technology is making people consume certain things. You look at it even in terms of cars, transportation. Look at how it's being integrated in technology is being integrated in how we interact with the car, how we deal with the car. We have a computer now. We used to have a computer, but it was not the same as we have right now. Car manufacturers are bringing artificial intelligence in the cars. And just imagine, people are now using technology to access your services, your product in a much, much more different way that they used to 15 or 10 years ago. Just imagine, 10 years ago, if people told you like, oh, you can get stuff through Amazon, you'll be like, why? Why Amazon? I can just go to the store. I can go to Costco right there and I get all the product that I need. 10 years ago. Just imagine. Some changes occurred in 30 years, 40 years. But with the advent of this technology, how fast, how efficient is getting, changes are coming so fast. Changing are coming so fast. And if you're a service provider, and one of the trend, the technology trend that I forgot to mention is, for example, e-learning, distance learning. In the past, it used to be so overcomplicated. I remember to have an internet connection and to have a teacher remotely teach to a bunch of students, it was not simple. You had to go get this equipment, that thing, get that. I mean, a lot of stuff, a lot of equipment just to make sure that it was fine. I always remember once we had with Dalia MTV, there was a conference and some of the guests were remote, and it was done at York University, and it was not easy. The connection was lagging, but at that time it was such a great thing. But it had to be done at the university side because the internet connection and some of the equipment that were, extremely expensive for young producers like myself. But guess what? Today, I don't need expensive equipment. All I need is a phone or a DSLR, something connected to my computer. I make sure that I have enough memory on my computer and it's there. Look at that, how that technology, e-learning becomes easier, how it helps connection, how it helps now with even conferences, meetings. Now people are having more meetings, virtual meetings than in physical meetings. Why? Because it's there. So if it's there, and if somebody's not comfortable driving, not comfortable because of the weather, any other excuses, there is no more excuses to cancel a meeting because of weather or because of other reasons. Because now you have a new way of consuming that service, having access to that service, meeting services. Zoom is there. Google Meet is there. You have all these different platforms where you can have a meeting with your customers or your employer. Even employers using their human resources staff, they're conducting online virtual survey, virtual interviews because it's there, it's available. It's available. And it makes it so that people are now just consuming all this in a different manner. So let me check the message here. Yeah. Afromex family, Mountain. Yes, we do a lot of basic stuff. Yes. Yeah, we have with Amazon Prime, you can get same-day delivery. Yes, Instacart, Uber Eats, definitely. That's how it's done. Yeah. I totally agree with you. Technology is here to leverage it to our benefit. Yes, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. We as a consumer, we are taking this to the next level. And that's why the title of this thing, this show is really Pick Your Side. And we'll find why in a couple of minutes. And Warren Buffett says something here really important. It's really critical. And if you did not know it, and I hope it's be learning for you, a discovery for you, you take time to build whatever you build. Like building this channel, or building your channels, like you're all on YouTube, and those who are following on Facebook, on Twitter. It takes time to build your brand. It takes time to do that. But it takes, a couple minutes to destroy it. Why? Because it has two sides. We have two sides of people. Some people will make sure that they keep that going. They'll keep that going. They'll keep the momentum going. And some will just manage what they have. So the question is really, yes, you are today a service provider. You are probably a product maker. But which side are you really? Are you harnessing both, or just you spending more on one side? You could be just a consumer. But thinking about it, yes, you'll be paying for that. But if you're a business-minded person and you do provide services and you do provide product, you sell product, which side are you going to stay? Are you going to be the leader in your field? Are you going to show leadership in the field where you are? Can people look at you and say, you are truly a leader? And it's in sense of leader, I'm saying somebody comes with ideas and put them in practice. Because unfortunately, we're living in a time now where you have a lot of people who are coaches, and yet they do not even practice what they're preaching. But that's where it needs to change, because why? Remember, technology is coming. Technology is coming at such a speed that if you remain just a manager, just taking care of what you have, looking at your inventory, and you just taking care of that, chances are your bread will be taken away from you. And that's why I'm calling all the business people, I'm calling all the business-oriented people, start thinking about it. Which side are you? Are you part of the leaders, those who are striving, they're thinking about future, they're thinking about what product and what services, what tools can they use to enhance their product and services? Or you are just the ones that, oh, I have a good camera and that's enough for me. My people are not complaining about it, so I'll keep it that way. I have this and I stay there. Oh, I have my setup and I stay there. I like it that way, and I'm not doing. Which side are you? Think about it. Are you just satisfied with where you are, with what you have, where you are, or are you one of those people that say, how can I make it better? How can I improve my product? How can I improve my services? I heard some people and say, oh, I can't wait to have meetings in physical meetings, and I say, why? Because I'm starving. I cannot have my meetings because we cannot meet all the rooms. When I try to rent, they have all this list of conditions to meet for you to have a meeting. I cannot wait until they kind of lift that up. I'm saying, stay as a manager thing the way they are, and I don't know how long it will be. But if you're a leader, you start thinking, okay, I cannot have my meetings in person. How can I bring it to the next level? I'm talking about here, the people who used to do conferences. How can I bring it to the next level? It's your business. And that business, unless you look at the technologies available to you, you can remain at the same position, just, okay, waiting, enjoying the weather, enjoying the savings that you have. Or you can step up your game and decide the side you're going to go. Are the leadership in the way of doing things. Because I was reading a book about innovators, and one of the things they say, it's crucial. They say creativity is good. You can be creative, that's fine. But you become an innovator when you start doing things in a different manner. And that's called leadership. You show leadership in your area. How can you do things differently? You know, they'll tell you, oh, you need to focus on one thing. Yes, you can focus on whatever you're doing now, but keeping an eye open on the future stages, on tomorrow's trend, on what people want. How can I be the first, or how can I be among the first people to deliver this kind of product? How can I be among the first people to deliver my services in a new and efficient or better way? You need to start thinking about it. You need to be in that position where you don't stuck yourself, you don't limit yourself, but you become a leader in innovation, innovating in your area. There are so many fields, there are so many industries, but in your areas, what are the trends that you have observed? And how can you say you scale in terms of knowledge and comfort in those new technologies? You need to have an idea. You cannot be below 5 if on a scale of 10. If you're below 5, I'm telling you, you're in a great danger. In the business world where I spend my days, that was one of the things that we were even talking about 2 years ago. We were telling our business partners and telling them, guys, you need to start thinking differently. Otherwise, it'll be tough. And those who did not embrace it, I'm sorry to say it, but some of them have closed. They have closed operation. They ceased operations. Why? Because they were not ready. They were not thinking, how can we leverage technology to help us in our industry? How can we do that? They were not ready. They were not ready, and they closed the businesses. But it's coming, and it's not done yet. We're still in motion. Where are you going to be? Like Jack Ma said in the beginning, we saw in the slide in the beginning, don't be afraid of the future. Think about it. Embrace it. Embrace the change. Embrace that the change is coming. Embrace it and say, how can I still be relevant in this new technology? How can I still be relevant in 2022? How can I still be relevant in the next 5, 10 years? Yes, I started like a podcaster. How can I still be relevant? You need to start thinking about it. And this is probably not the purpose of this exercise, but it's really to bring you aware, to make you aware that, like it or not, change is coming. And there are two sides, and it's up to you to decide which side are you going to be. The ones who embrace change and work with it, or the ones that are still resisting change and, cross their arms and say, okay, let's see what 2022 will bring. If that's your case, I hope that at the end of this video, you'll open your arms, you'll pull up your sleeves and start thinking. And like Mountain of Inspiration said once, start writing down your goals and objectives. Start putting them down, knowing where you're going. Talking about goals and objectives, I always write down my ideas for the shows. I have a bunch of lists, no less than 10 for each different shows that I have. It's there. It's just sometimes a matter of time, organizing myself or shifting the topics as needed. But it's there. You need to be prepared. You need to be thinking about the next step. Otherwise, you'll be, looking nice now, with your suit that you're selling, with the mannequin beside you and everything fine. But for how long? For how long? So you need to think about it. And that's why we say there are two sides. And I love this quote from Bill Hewlett and David Packard. And they say, you need to be in a mind where you set to build a company and make a contribution to the mankind, to the society, to the community. And not just thinking about, oh, how am I going to make a lot of money? It's fine, but if that's your main goal, you get tired so fast and you'll find that you don't have any purpose, and you'll be tempted to sell your business. You'll be tempted at one point to say, okay, I made enough, or I can make more money. Let me just sell this. And that's it. I know now with the new economy, those big names, they've done it. They sometimes do that. But look at it carefully. Most of the ones that will sell it, it wasn't probably their business to start it. They became the owner or the leader, and then at one point, they see the board has made a decision to sell. But you, if you like to stand out and to be so different from the mass, you need to decide. You need to think. You need to decide, because the tailor, for example, has been doing what he knows how to do for years. Okay, most of the tailors, and they do great things. Okay, maybe not here in North America, where we're so used to buy clothes from the retail store, and very few people go and buy custom made suit or custom made dresses. But most people, they don't even know what a tailor is. Why? Because the economy has shifted. There was a time where it was cheaper to buy clothes from a tailor. It was cheaper. But because of technology and because of their craft, it became more and more expensive for anyone to get a custom-made suit. And it lasted for a couple of years, I'll probably say in the last 40, 50 years, until then the World Factory came with a new strategy around making clothing. They'll tell you custom made, but it's not really 100% custom made. Yes, you get people who come and take your measurements, but they have a different process to make it happen, to make it fast, and they kind of cut the cost. Because of that tailor who used to make a lot of money in the 20 years ago is now challenged, because unless he keep a set of customers, high paying customers, it has to change. And that's why it is important for you to decide which side are you going to stay on. It is important for you to think, what am I going to do if what I'm doing now changes? What am I going to do if today YouTube was to change? What am I going to do if Facebook was to change? And I really hope that you've learned enough lessons that you can adapt. You can start a new thing with any other platforms, and not being the last one to embrace the new platform. Why? Because guess what? The people who were intentional with YouTube 12 years ago, today they're big. And the people who were not intentional at the beginning, I'll say like myself, I created a YouTube channel 12 years ago, 12, 13 years ago, and I was like, okay, I'll put things, and it was just taking like hobby, not something serious. Here we are. Am I complaining? No, but I'm just giving you an example. Understanding that what technology is bringing, understanding how people are consuming the knowledge, information, and all these things, and which side are you going to stay? Are you going to stay in the side of the people that are just waiting to see that the large masses embrace the technology, and then, let me also get into, because everybody's there. Let me now get into WhatsApp because everybody's there. Let me get into this. Are you going to be part of that? And then being frustrated because you're not getting the same result, getting not the same attention that the people who embraced it at first as a leader. It is time for you to decide. It is time for you to set the proper goals and objectives, and thinking about tomorrow, not being afraid of tomorrow, not being afraid of the future, not being afraid of those robots, artificial intelligence, the robot created, not being afraid of thinking, how can I harness, how can I use that technology to help me be a better presenter, to help me be a better in this or that. It's how you can do that. Because if you start, you can spend time, focusing on the challenges, or you can spend time focusing on the next move to get you out of those challenges. That's my saying. That's my quote. You can spend time. You can choose today to spend time focusing on the challenges, the difficulties, or start worrying about tomorrow. Or you can start thinking about, how am I going to go through tomorrow, and not only tomorrow, but Saturday, but not only Saturday, Monday, and so forth, until my time is come to leave this earth. But until then, what are your goals? What are your plans to get to that level? Are you just waiting for things to happen to you and then react? Or are you being proactive? Start thinking, what next? Before the time comes, before you run out of time, what's next? That's how technology can help you today. AI, all those big data, all this information circulating, that can help you. You can use that, you can leverage it, but you need to be intentional. And that's why I'm saying it is time for you to decide, to really decide which side are you going to be on. The side of the leaders, or the side of the followers, the managers. Because the manager just, take care of the whatever situation is given to him. The leader start thinking, what next? What if? What if? That's what the leaders start doing. They think about it. What if? How can I use this? How can I take this employee who's my clerk, and how can I make him my replacement? How can he become the next CEO? That's how a leader thinks. Why? Because I see great things for this company. I see a lot of things. So how can I prepare the next? How can I be prepared for my next stage of life? Because you know what? Yes, I see some YouTubers that, they over 60s and they still doing YouTube. They doing things. And I see some, leaders, owners of companies, they doing their things. They close to retirement, and some of them are already past retirement, but because they love it so much and they're still doing it. But it's, don't forget, the time to depart from this earth, it's not known unless you've been diagnosed with some type of sickness. But even with technologies now, talking about technology, some of these things can be reversed, can be done. And that's where those researchers, they doing all these things. They trying to do anything they can to stop certain diseases, to reverse certain things. So you never know. You never know what will be next. So, and instead of you waiting and just be, feeling that you're being obliged, you feel like they impose you to take that, start thinking about it. And that's why it is really important for you to take some time. And if it's not done yet, maybe you need to rethink some of the priorities that you've set up for 2022, but start thinking about it and make a decision. Decide. Yes, because the will is just a matter of decision. Understanding that I can spend time worrying about tomorrow, or I can work on it. Let me think, let me find the resources and know the tools to take care of tomorrow, or start worrying, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? What if it rains tomorrow? What if tomorrow? What if? Yeah, what if, and what if none of that happens? So you wasted an hour a day just thinking about what if. It's your choice. But when it comes to me, I'll tell you one thing. I love this quote from Steve Jobs. You may wonder, you may say, oh, for me to get to the next level, to get to this, I need X amount of dollars. For me to take care of my family, I need X this. And for me to build that company, to make it prosper and all that, I need this and that. Steve Jobs, it's something simple. He say, at a time where they were starting, IBM was investing much more money. But look at now, today. If you have to compare the valuation of the two companies, IBM and Apple, you can go online and check that out. Go and check that out. But this guy said, it's not, it's not how much you're going to have, but it really thinking ahead, being unique, being a leader, because it takes a tough leader to think about thinking about the challenges of tomorrow and how to overcome them. Other people, they just wait. Oh, we'll see what tomorrow will bring. Yes, it can be worse than today. It can be good if you're lucky, if God has smiled on you, but it can be worse. So that's why my position, which is the ultimate position, and that's the surprise that I had for you. I wish, it's only a wish, but that's my suggestion. I wish and I suggest you, all right? Be at the same time the consumer and also the one who makes it happen for others. Let me say it in a different way. Not only you are a consumer, not only you need some tools, not only you need, let's say, an iPad, like Steve Jobs on this picture. He needed that iPad to do a couple things to show things off. You are probably using some tools today. You are probably using some equipment today. All right? To perform your task, to perform your job right now. But I want you to start thinking like this guy, Steve Jobs. How can I make sure that tomorrow, or how can I be the one who create the tools that I need for my job tomorrow? All right? Think about it. How can I be involved in the creation or in the manufacturing of the tools that I need today and maybe tomorrow? Yes, many people say, oh, but to do that, you need a lot of money. Apple is a perfect example. They had less money than IBM, but they did it. So that's the ultimate position. Think about it. Think about all the tools that you need around you. I'm not asking you to go out and start making computers. Unless you already have the education for that, you have the skills and the knowledge to do that. But if you don't, like myself, I have an idea. I can do it. I can put a computer together, but I'm not going to spend my time there. I'm not going to do that because it'll take practice. And right now, I'm still fine. But I'm saying, even with that, I need to be involved in how can I make it? How can I be involved in the manufacturing, in the creation of those things? How can I be involved in any shape or form to the manufacturing, to the sale, to the distribution of this product? Why? Because most of the time where you're somewhere close to the manufacturer, you can get a better price. You can get a better deal. And not only that, you can always have access to the first release. You can know, you can understand, you can have a better understanding how it can help for you. You can either work for them, but you can also educate yourself. You can educate yourself. And sometimes some other things. And talking about, let's say, in terms of technology, the 3D printers now are they changing the way some people are making parts for the cars, making parts for other things in the house with the 3D printers. It's just a matter of time before the 3D printers become accessible to every household. A couple years ago, it was unthinkable to have a printer at home because that thing used to be big. Small printers, no. 20 years ago, and then no, it was not simple because it needed a special paper. It's only, yeah, 20, yeah, 19, around the 1990s, 97, 98, that the other type of printer with the other paper that start becoming commoditized with the people kind of having access to that. But before that, it used to be that paper that will stick together, and then you feed it to the printers and then start rolling and printing funny characters. That's how printers evolve. Now we have the 3D printers. It's still expensive and it's still found in some places, libraries, things like that. But pretty soon it will come. But just think about it. Just start thinking about it. What if I was able to make a microphone stand using a 3D printers? Think about it. Think about it. You may become the first person making microphone stands out of a 3D printers. So those are the positions that you need to be in. You need to be able to understand how your product that you use, the services that you use, are delivered, are made, and see how you can be part of it, or at least get a better understanding in it, and become, let's say, advisors and become the first testers and be the ones, like among the ones that can come and say, you know, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Apple, I use your product, but this is not the way it should be. Why? Because this and that. It takes a leader to get to that level. It takes a leader with a vision to stand against a big corporation like that and give them suggestions and ideas. Because most of the people say, oh, you know, they're big, they have so many people there, and they employ a lot of people, they make a lot of more money than me, and then let them do that. No. If you're using it and you're finding trouble, you're having problem with them, let them know. Find a way to let them know. Find a way. I'm not telling you how to do it, but you need to find a way to let them know. Not only just going through Twitter, but finding a way to become a reference, to become a leader, that whenever you call them or you send them an email, they see your email, they know, and they pay attention quickly because they know that Mountain of Inspiration or Afromex will, whatever they'll ask, it is important. That's how you can become the leader. And that's a place where you need to think of. You need to start thinking. You start innovation, yes, but look at all the technology you're using. Are you using them just as a consumer? Are you using them like a leader? And if they cannot listen to you, maybe it's an opportunity for you to become a competitors of theirs. You build the same thing and then you make it better. Simple. Because if those people who are in the market for a long time, they're doing things and yet they're not offering the quality that you wish to have or to see, I'll tell you, maybe it's an indication for you to do that for yourself. And maybe start selling it as well so that they can see that you are better. That's how you can become that leader and be in that ultimate position where you control the narrative. You have a say in how things are done. It is easy? No, it's not easy. But being a leader, it's not easy because a leader usually goes where the followers don't want to go. They do things that followers do not want to do. And that's what it makes a leader. And that's what will make you a leader. That if you're not already, that what makes you special, different from the people. Because people look at you and say, come, can you do that? because I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking differently. I'm thinking about something else. Sometimes it's not even worth to explain that to people. Just tell them, no, never mind. I'm busy. I'm working on something. That's it. And you go. You keep on moving until they see the fruit, until they realize that you are busy not thinking about worrying about tomorrow, but you are busy thinking about how you can make tomorrow a better day for you, your family, your community, for your country. That's how you make it. And that's why one of the quotes say, Bill Hewlett and David Packard said, making an impact. Not just making money, an impact. That's how you'll probably get to that level. So I see, yes, Legacy Moment saying, so true. Right. I see Eva Chibaba here saying, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Yes, and of course, don't forget to like and to share this video. And and if for any reason, one day, not today, but another day, you think like you can come and share, discuss with me on the stage here and talk about those kind of things, I'll be more than happy. I'll be then more than happy to accommodate you. I can send you the link so we can have a conversation and have a discussion and discuss all these things and see how we can discuss. All right? Sorry. I was trying to stop the screen sharing. Okay. Yeah, so that's all I had for you today. And I think you gain something. I hope, and that you gain something. You understand that you can be a follower, you can be content with what you have and content where you are, or you can start thinking tomorrow. And there are many other things that you can do. And I'm really glad that my brother is here, Eva Chibaba is here. Sometimes when we try to share our knowledge, we try to share what our passion, we encounter doubt, we encounter resistance, but that should not stop us. And I keep telling that to other people that I meet. I say that should not stop us. We should continue. Because why? Maybe we're speaking to the wrong people. Or you see, I'm speaking to you, you understand it, you try it, it works fine. And if you don't, fine. I will not be mad at you, but I understand that you probably not understand it. But because I'm thinking about tomorrow, I wish that I can leave this kind of message out there so that tomorrow, one day, one person will come across this message and say, really, this guy was thinking about this in 2022? That's all matters. That's all matters. And I hope that whatever you're doing in your area, you're thinking about tomorrow. You're thinking about impacting your community. You're thinking about impacting your country. Think about it, how you can impact. How you can impact, positively impact your community, your country. That's what will matter. That's what will make you a leader, because you'll be no longer thinking about the challenges, but you'll be thinking about how can we make it work. And technology is there for you. How can we make it work? And those in charge of those technologies, they're no longer like the old time folks. No. Things have changed. Today, all the manufacturing companies, they listen to their customers. If you bring a true concern or a good suggestion, they will listen to you. It's not like in the past, they'll just listen to you and dismiss your comment or your perspective. No, now they listen. Why? Because they know competition is so fierce that if they don't listen, if they don't understand what their customers want, they'll be out of business before they know it. All right? So I welcome you, my brother. Welcome, and welcome everybody for stopping by and listening to this chat podcast. I know it's a chat. So we're talking about how you can decide, why you should be deciding what side should you take. And I wish and I will encourage you to be the leader. Be the leader in your area using the tools and technology that are available to you. Be the leader. Otherwise, yeah, you'll be in trouble before you know it. All right. So with this, for if you like what we said, if you enjoy what we said, and you like to support us, there is a link there at the bottom of the screen. You know, you can donate. You can send us out your donation. PayPal me/Joel Amen, or you can go to buymeacoffee/Joel Amen TV, and we'll be more than happy. We'll be more than thankful. Like we're thanking all the people that would join us on YouTube, who are subscribing to our channel. You are the reason why we're here. You are the reason why we will try. We'll continue making great content. And your feedback is much appreciated. It's much, expected. We like to know, what would you like to discuss? What would you like us to talk about? And tell us what you didn't like, what you liked, and how can we help you? Anything related to business, anything related to digital world, digital life, we can help you. Let us know. Our numbers are there. The number is there. You can contact us, call us directly. If you're North America, you can send us an email. You can call us through WhatsApp, Viber, or Signal. We'll be more than happy to have a chat with you. All right. So until then, until next time, next week, take care of yourself. And don't forget, subscribe and leave us a comment on one of those videos. All right. Take care. Bye.